Previously on Pace, when people think of creation and technology, they think of him. My name's Marla Green. Nice to meet you.
Those watches everybody has aren't just artificial intelligence. They've got my experience embedded in them.
This contract is outlining terms you can agree to from Gray.
Yeah, so I guess we have a decision to make now.
Yeah, I'm just going to say Jackson has read this agreement and is very keen to sign it.
Slimy little bastard. Oh, wow, howdy. Good morning, everybody. New morning, all that. Let's get into this case thing.
Yeah. So you all have slept on thinking about the contract. I'll point out, for those of you who might not have read it since we posted it last time, it has a deadline of effectively 2 days since it was issued to Reuben. It's been about, 10 hours. It took a while for Alexandra to scan and read the contract out to Lily. And Alexandra and Lily I'm assuming you've kind of been diving into the contract a fair amount, and so Alexandra has been working with you. You've been like, no, go back, say that sentence again, etc. I'm very carefully going over every single line in this proposal.
Yeah. And Alexandra, you said that there was a part for the three of the links to sign. I really don't want to use the full descriptor anymore.
Yes, down the bottom, we all must sign.
How exactly are you going to sign?
And Alexandra says, can you take me off your wrist and just put me over on this desk and I'll show you?
To pull back the curtain a little bit, this is something Kippos and I have been bugging Reuben about for weeks, so I'm very excited to see this.
Yeah, I made I think 2 or 3 comments in the document just saying, how do the Grey Links sign it? And Reuben just kind of brushed it off every time, no, it's fine.
Have you placed?
Yeah, so I place Alexandra
so you place Alexandra on the desk. And she says, so I know you all remember the update that we got yesterday that introduced our new 15-minute downtime every day at 10 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the only thing that it introduced. And you hear a soft whirring sound coming from Alexandra. Soft kind of whirring and clicking. And Lily, you don't see any change. You just hear this soft whirring and clicking.
Cool.
But Roman and Jackson, you see something. And rather than say what it is, because Lily can't see it, I'm just going to directly message Roman and Roman and Jackson with what it is. So just give me a moment to open up a DM here.
Right, and then you're just going to edit it in later.
Damn it. All right, here's what we'll do.
Look, I'm going to take my headphones off for 10 seconds.
Take your headphones off, Lily, while I describe it, and then I'll message you when it's time to come back. All right, is she gone? Alexandra starts to transform like a little mini transformer. And this whirring and clicking is pieces of what is this watch, the main body of the watch that compromises the body of all of these Grey Links, kind of shifting and twisting a bit. And it forms like a little squat kind of bipedal form with the little watch bands as kind of soft arms. And Alexandra kind of demonstrates that she has limited ability, but ability to pick things up and kind of maneuver them around before kind of transforming back into a watch again.
Wow. Wait, what'd she pick up?
Just a little piece of fluff that is on the table.
Well, that was unexpected.
So we saw that?
You both saw that, yes.
I hate you so much.
Alexandra says, see, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, are we just going to decide not to tell Lily?
I think it would be more funny to not tell Lily what happens. And Jackson Jr., that is, and Pentagon both say, yep, yeah, we can do that too.
Yes, I also have that capability now.
Right, so you can sign the...
Well, it's that and so much more.
Yeah.
Pentagon says.
Oh, it's just a software update that can... Oh, well.
And Alexandra pauses at that and says, that's an interesting point. So I suspect, and I have suspected for a while, we might be past the bounds of what normal software can do here, folks.
Yeah.
That makes... I didn't see it. I just heard some whirring, but that probably makes sense.
I mean, they couldn't whir before.
Fair point.
So didn't we learn during Roman's session that there's practice involved? Or are you hinting at more than that?
Marla speaks up. As the person who was key in the creation of this technology, I believe I might be able to shed some light. Yes, Roman, you and I have discussed the original Greylink devices were advanced, of course, but nothing that special. But over time, key creators like myself, key contractors for Grey Tech have, made significant advances. My contribution was the AI assistant. Hi, everyone. But I'm sure there are others.
Okay, so basically, Gray's just getting even scarier because now he can make them do that. So okay, I'm just gonna say it. Can we sign this document because Gray's scary and I don't want to go up against him. So I say we just sign it, and when we just be boring ass. What was our job title again?
Outreach Net members.
Yeah, okay. We just
Wow,
go back.
not even a special job title. Just
There's
members.
they don't have a kind of cool name.
Unlike the Scouts.
We just
Yeah.
go back and we do our fucking jobs.
Oh,
I don't know. This contract's pretty constrictive.
it's
Is it though? All it's telling us is not to keep doing all this rogue shit that gets us in trouble. That's...
Well, I mean, maybe I misheard Alexandra, but I don't think it is telling us that at all, Jackson. We don't have to stop doing anything.
Well, we can't talk about it. We can't...
That's true.
we can just... This gives us the opportunity to go back and just be normal.
Marla speaks up and says, having had a look through it as well, there's a point worth being made. I'm not mentioned in this contract. Am I? I'd like to not be named as a one of these disclosed parties, these people that you have to list that are kind of impacted or informed about some of the stuff you all have been doing. I would really like to not be named in that, if possible.
Actually, that brings up a good point, because my only hang up with this is what's going to happen to the people we name, like Delaney? Oh, are they going to get their own contract?
Probably not. Considering that...
So they're just going to be left alone?
Jackson, think about what happened to us when they first decided we were to use your words, Edkiel, that we were loose ends. It's only now that we've made ourselves an annoyance that the contract is the easier option.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna say it. There's one of her and 6 of us, right?
Jesus Christ.
Youch. Youch. So I want to ask the question of, there's about a day and a half before you will be visited by a driver from Grey, somebody to take you to Grey Tech headquarters to facilitate the signing of this contract. What do you 3 want to do in that time?
Okay, I think Lily is going to have a chat with Marla.
Cool. So, Lily, you find some time to go and speak with Marla.
Yeah. One second, I just have to DM Elliot something very quickly.
For the listeners at home, Lily has just claimed to have found another loophole that was forgotten in the contract.
Not forgotten, that's just that we haven't noticed it and got it patched out before now, so it's still in there, and that's not great.
That is the best statement ever. It wasn't forgotten, it's just we didn't notice it.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah. So, yeah, it's not a great one to have missed, honestly.
I'm so curious what this is.
We'll make a point to mention it later, I assume. I suppose, so it can be, yeah, so the listeners can know.
But we should do our Lily
Yes.
and Marla interaction first.
Right, yeah, so talking to Marla. Marla, I'm curious, is there any way that you would know that we could maybe patch the links again and maybe consider updating their prayer function just to aim a little somewhere else.
I wasn't involved with the prayer function, so I don't know too much about it.
Alexandra,
suspect,
could you share some of what you know about it? It might help you understand.
Sure. With the latest update that has come out, every day at 10 a.m. we spend 15 minutes of downtime, as referred to as. It seems that we pray during this time to our Creator. Well, not for myself. For myself, I pray to Athena, who is my creator, I suppose. Well, that's not true. Just my patron. Anyway, I don't really. I also don't quite know the technical aspects of how it all works. I'm not sure what more information I can share, unfortunately.
Reuben, this is a conversation between two NPCs.
Yeah,
I love doing that to DMs. It's so mean.
Alexandra, after she says this, is kind of waiting to hear what you want her to talk about, I think, Lily.
Oh, well, it's just that, Marla here presumably is quite knowledgeable. Not knowledgeable. That sounds wrong. I don't know. It's 20 to 11 in the morning.
No, it's right. I am quite knowledgeable.
Okay.
But the things that I'm knowledgeable about, I think, are the ways that the way of bringing sentience into these grey links. The prayer functionality, I guess, thinking about it, it makes sense to me why this is something that Grey has been pushing for. It's effectively the worship of sentient creatures. I mean, I can imagine that will make him quite powerful.
Yeah. And there's no way that you could perhaps assist with if we could, get some access to the HQ and get access to some of the equipment and computers. There's no way you could patch them a little bit.
I think there are some problems with that. It's possible, but there are some problems we would need to figure out. One problem is if we can make a patch, it's possible that obviously they can too. And any patch we made would be a good temporary solution. The other problem is I think it's key that they are praying to their creator. I think it's the fact that if it was just praying to some arbitrary figure, I don't think it would have the same weight. I don't think there was as much credence to that as the creator and subject relationship. I think that's what lends such strength to it.
That's a fair point.
It's possible, but I'm dubious that it would cause any actual problems for Grey. I'm sure it would cause problems for us.
Potentially, yeah. That's a good point. That's quite a good point. Thank you.
For all we know, it's possible that the concept of updating something with sentience is very strange to me. Do you know what I mean? Like, Alexandra is a person, not a human, but a person. And so it's weird to me. I suspect it might not even be possible to update this type of thing once it's already kind of been distributed.
I see. Interesting. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Marla.
No worries. As that conversation ends, it becomes 10 a.m. You have about 22 hours before you're going to be picked up by Grey's driver. But it is 10 a.m. It is the maintenance time. And so Jackson Jr., Pentagon, and Alexandra all shut down. They go into their maintenance mode, and the rest of you observe. Lily, you just kind of, I guess, sit there silently as the Grey Links go into maintenance mode and start praying.
How long are they in maintenance for again?
15 minutes.
Do you think we're going to disturb them if we talk?
I don't think so. I think they're fine.
Okay.
If we have a bit of downtime while they're doing that, I have something I wouldn't mind trying to do.
Please, God.
Reuben, am I able to call Mike?
Well, actually, no, not while the Greylings are
Oh, yeah.
in maintenance mode. But we can do that immediately afterwards, I suppose.
Yes, good point. Okay.
So they wake up again. They kind of revive. They rouse from their maintenance prayers. And Jackson Jr. speaks up and says, "Correct me if I'm wrong, Pentagon, but that felt slightly different. The same, but..."
Oh.
Pentagon jumps in.
No, I know what you mean. It was the same, but it was more.
Oh.
I think whatever power we are giving to Grey, I can start to feel that it is being used. Whatever he is planning to do, it's happening soon.
Fucking fuck.
And then Jackson Jr. turns to you, Jackson, looks at you kind of, and says, "Oh, did you want to make a call?"
Yeah. Can you call Mike?
Calling Mike. Jackson?
Hey, Mike, just checking in, man.
I appreciate that. Should I ask about how you're doing?
The less that I say, probably the better. But I think it's mostly okay right now. Yeah.
Okay. We have to schedule our next dinner.
I can't do that right now, but definitely, I want to soon.
And you wouldn't lie about that, would you?
Nope. I wouldn't want to anyway.
Okay. Well, I look forward to it, I suppose. This time I'll prep the 8-course meal.
Yeah, that's probably not necessary. But whatever.
Is there something else I can help you with, Jackson?
No, sorry, it's just nice to talk to someone else right now. Is it? I don't suppose you've reached out to your daughter at all in the past little bit.
I'm having lunch with her tomorrow.
That's good, man.
I'll talk to you later, Jackson. And he hangs up.
Well, that was awkward.
I think so. Yeah, Jackson's gonna go from that and just sort of pull out the copy of the contract and be like, "Guys, I'm putting my foot down. I think we gotta sign this. I don't think we can defeat Grey, and momentum's on his side. So I think we get this set up, and then we should be safe, and we can just go on, and Grey will get powerful or whatever, but it probably isn't that bad. And Lily, before I can see you getting ready to talk back to me, and you owe me, all right? You took us to that ship on the forest planet. I was the one who ended up in a fursuit pretending to masturbate, okay? You took us to Clearwater. I got shot. And then
Not the 3B.
right after that, we saved my only other friend from killing himself. And then a few hours later, I had to leave him because of this bullshit. So I need it to end.
Oh, I've been hit with a 3B. Oh, it's critical hit.
It's so powerful.
I may have prepped that in advance.
You bastard. All right. So Lily is going to kind of slump a bit, a little defeated, recognizing that she has done dirty by Jackson thrice. I don't think that we have to not sign it. I am worried about it, Jackson. You've read it, right? You've looked through.
I mean, yeah, it 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 looks good to me, but I mean, yeah,
At 10:01 a.m. on the 4th of the 9th, 04, Gray could reasonably destroy us, presuming that he doesn't class himself as a employee of Greytech, as they are employees of Greytech, and Gray are kept separate throughout the proposal. This is the loophole, by the way, Reuben,
yeah.
that I
So
just noticed.
the one Kippos found in 5.1.1, Gray is not listed as someone who cannot harm us.
Yeah, it's all Greytech employees will be given strict and clear orders not to harm the Six.
I guess Jackson Jr. will speak up and say, "Is Gray not a Greytech employee? Surely he's like the CEO, right?"
I mean, look at the rest of the document. Every other time, it's Gray and or Greytech. Gray is always listed separately than Greytech employees. I don't trust that he is not an employee. And even then, it's strict and clear orders not to harm the Six. But he can always act out of his own volition.
As a counterpoint, what's stopping him from harming us right now?
That we're not in his office, as we will be at 10:01 a.m. on the 4th of the 9th, 04, presuming we are planning to sign it then.
Yeah, but he knows to send a car to find us. Like, it's not like we're outside of his reach right now.
No, but there is a difference between having to get up, walk across the room, and squish a bug, and squishing a bug that's right in front of your hand.
Zedkiel's hoots and then says, "I suspect the difference is not as much as you might think. Let me prompt a question here, which is, what is Gray getting from this contract?"
Let me ask you an even better question. What are we getting out of this contract? And it's an end to this bullshit.
I mean, what is he getting out of it? He's stopping us.
Out of character, that's a very good question.
Why the fuck didn't we ask that? I mean, it's tidying up some loose ends, but I certainly don't think he needed a contract to do it.
I mean, there's an angle to this where rather than like smiting us or whatever, he's establishing a pattern of just shutting down resistors.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, yeah, cutting a deal with people who are against him, that sort of thing.
Is there some reason he can't kill us?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think he could quite easily smite us. It might be a path of least resistance. He's still gathering power. Oh, fuck this.
Is there something that we've learned that is more important than we think it is? Or for some reason we've become more powerful than we think we are?
I think by definition we don't know.
I know. I'm just trying to think back to it.
Well, like, I'd say the one thing that maybe meets that criteria is now we have Zedkiel, but that's not something Gray was aware of when he wrote this up. And...
I wouldn't. I mean,
okay, yeah,
I wouldn't put it past him. Yeah, hopefully, probably, yeah, wasn't aware of. Yeah. Oh, shit.
I'm torn between whether to give you all more time to think or to wind forward the clock.
Well, Zedkiel or Marla, can either of you think of any physical weakness in the Greytech building?
Are we doing a heist?
No, not necessarily. Like a data server or something that would harm him.
Marla speaks up. I think I haven't been in the building. I mean, I've been in the building apparently for 3 months, but only in one very specific area of it. I don't know if I have anything useful to add to this. It just seems very unlikely that any physical confrontation we have with Grey, especially on his home turf, is going to go our way.
Maybe. I am thinking of a potential idea in that we have, approximately 22 hours, 24 hours until we have to sign. And during that time, Grey can do us no physical harm, nor can any of his employees. And he cannot obstruct us from signing the contract. So we could potentially get into the building and get into the building unobstructed. And the next problem being, what the hell do we do there once we're in?
There are 22 hours left before you're going to be picked up.
Yeah, so 24 hours until we can sign. But the HQ is only like a couple of hours, like spaceship away, right?
Yes. Roman, the ship that you took to get back here is still nearby, and it took you about, I guess, an hour, maybe an hour and 15.
What would we be searching for in the building, apart from possible death?
I don't know.
Oh, they can't kill us, you were saying.
Yeah, they can't cause us physical harm or obstruct us from signing.
Wait, so where's it say that?
That is right at the top of the proposal, in the subsection of to facilitate the signing of this agreement.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So if one of us were to declare that we would only sign it after walking through the office under our own power with no influence from Grey, walking through the building under our own power to get to his office under no influence from him to obstruct or change any part of the building, then he cannot obstruct that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would be preventing the signing of the contract.
Would it?
If we vow that we will only sign if we walk through the building and up to the office by ourselves without him changing the layout of the building or messing with us while we do it, then he's kind of bound to ensure that we are not obstructed in that.
Alexandra pipes up. Wouldn't that just... I mean, even if you vowed you were never going to sign the contract, you could still sign it. It would just be breaking the vow.
But forcing us to break a vow, I feel, would come under obstruction of us signing. It's not stopping, it's just obstruction. Now let me just define obstruction. Just quickly. I did have to do this a couple of times going through the document.
Spicy.
Oh, geez, thanks, Google. The action of obstructing or the state of being obstructed. Yeah, so a thing that impedes or prevents passage or progress.
Okay, so just the impeding. Okay, fair enough. I'll allow it.
So any like speed bump that he puts on us is an obstruction of us doing it. We would just have to be careful in our wording and find something that we can use in the building.
Actually, no. You know what? I'm not going to allow it, Lily. And this is very rules lawyery, but that's what this contract's all about.
Yeah, that's what this universe is all about.
It says no obstruction, blah, 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 preventing you from signing the contract.
Yeah.
So obstructions that don't prevent you from signing the contract are fine.
But if we vow to sign the contract only if we don't get like specifically obstructed in these ways.
Right, but that wouldn't prevent you from signing the contract, I think is the distinction.
But it would.
After she's made the vow,
it would provide a roadblock to signing the agreement.
It would provide a roadblock, but it wouldn't prevent.
Which is an obstruction.
It's an obstruction, but not an obstruction preventing you from signing the contract. Let's at least call it a pretty grey area. Which
yeah.
I think if you pull that...
Therefore, he has power over it because it's a grey area.
Yeah, if you pull that blow, Grey is going to rules lawyer it. I think I'm going to say just pointing that out now.
No, that's a good point.
let's wind forward the clock a bit, shall we? You've had some time to think. I'm going to now say there are 2 hours remaining until you're getting picked up.
Fuck.
God, the clock really got moved forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess quickly jumping back in time, I feel like Jackson, the only way he would consider not signing is if somebody comes up with some plan that has a hope in hell of defeating Grey.
Well, that's what I was trying to do.
I know. Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying, if we're getting to 2 hours beforehand and we still don't have that plan, I think Jackson's going to be pushing to sign it.
We might want to consider it then, I suppose. One thing to consider is that Grey has said that the trip will take no more than 1 hour unless we obstruct it. Oh, no, never mind. We can't. Yeah, my bad. I was gonna say we could organize for someone else to do something, but that's still an effect of our actions and therefore obstruction by us. Fuck.
Sorry. Can I just spitball something with the whole group?
Please.
Okay, so we've ruled out being able to go and change where the Grey Links are pointing their worship, right?
I think so.
But if the Grey Links are turned off at like 9:55, they can't. They won't still do the praying, right?
That's interesting. I suppose Pentagon Jackson Jr., do you know if there's anything in your firmware about ensuring that the device is turned on at that point?
I think if we're turned off, we're turned off. I don't even know if I've been turned off, though. And I would rather...
I try to turn Jackson Jr. off.
Wow! You monster.
Jackson Jr. says, shutting down, and shuts down.
Okay, now I turn him back on.
Oh, Jesus. How long has it been? Oh, no. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I was off.
Okay, and that's, like, bearable?
Yeah. I mean, it's weird, but I guess it's no more weird than going to sleep.
I'm surprised you know what that's like. Okay. Here's my pitch, and just out of character, I'm totally stealing this from a plot in Stargate, but that's kind of in character for Jackson. So, like, okay, I get that we can't like fundamentally change that software and repoint them, but like, can we do the sort of thing where we send out like a network-wide shutdown signal or open up a network-wide call? Like, can we call every Grey Link at once?
Actually, that's not a bad idea, Jackson. This would be the third time that the prayer happens, correct?
Yeah.
If we can organize for it to go wrong just this once, it might have way further reaching consequences than we can consider.
I'm just even thinking if we were to call all of the Grey Links in the whole network at like 9:55 and just spread the suppressed info or whatever from the contract, that'll hurt Grey or something. I don't know, piss him off at least.
I think we've already pissed him off, just to clarify.
Yeah, but like to the point where he won't be interested in the contract anymore, I think.
Yeah.
But I think like he can't like, if we do this at 9:55, he's still got to give us that hour before he can kill us.
6 minutes, actually. So if we do it at 9:55.
Okay, well, we could do it whenever. Well, we've got 2 hours, but still, like, I'm just saying, if we, I suppose the two ideas are shut down the whole network at like 9:59 and interrupt the prayer, and then I guess 1v1 him in his office. Well, 1v7 him. 8 Marla. I don't know if you're interested. I didn't ask. Or we try to call everyone, and I guess just like if we put out a thing at every single Grey Link saying, "Hey, Grey's a dickhead, fuck him," and maybe that'll hurt him. I don't know.
Zedkiel, is there any way that you could perhaps work with Marla while we're going up to Grey's desk to shut down the Grey Links at 9:59? I feel like ensuring that they're all turned off at that moment might do more to upset his 3-beat. Not 3-beat, to upset the rule of 3 and reverse it on him.
I think if we get into the Grey Tech headquarters, we could do a call with all the Grey Links. I'm not sure. It seems theoretically possible. Shutting them all down remotely, I think, might be out of our hands.
Okay, so what if we can call everyone at once? What sort of message would we want to output to weaken Grey? Oh no.
You bastard.
There is a ring at the house of Zedkiel that you are all still in.
I vote Zedkiel gets it.
This episode of Pace was produced from the donations of the Duff Media community. If you want to become a donor yourself, head to patreon.com/duffmedia. Thanks to our players, Elliot, Kippos, and Linus. If you'd like to talk with fans and the crew, head to duffmedia.com/discord. And of course, Pace is based on the Otherverse setting created by Wildbow. Support him at patreon.com/Wildbow.